Welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of Wolf Alice, you're probably wondering what's going on with them right now. It feels like it's been ages since they dropped their Blue Weekend album in 2021, and since then, it's been pretty quiet on the Wolf Alice front. But hold up, there's been some major news behind the scenes, and it's all about their future. That's right, Wolf Alice has made a huge move. They've left their old label, Dirty Hit, and signed a brand new deal with Columbia Records, which is part of Sony Music. So in today's video, we're going to break down everything that's been going on with this band, what this label change means for the career, and what we can expect from them moving forward. We're diving into some pretty juicy details, so stick around, let's talk about it. But before we get into all that juicy stuff, let's just do a quick recap of Wolf Alice's journey so far. They've come a long way since they first formed back in 2010, I believe it were, in London. The band made up of Healey on vocals, Joff on guitar, Theo on bass and Joel on drums hasn't just been a part of the indie scene, they've reshaped it. They've always had this incredible balance of raw emotion and technical skill, blending genres like grunge, folk and alternative rock into something uniquely their own. Now the debut album My Love Is Cool was a bold introduction to the world, and the follow-up Visions of Life just elevated them to another level. It won the Mercury Prize and solidified them as one of the UK's most important bands. And then came Blue Weekend in 2021. This album felt like a whole new chapter for Wolf Alice. It was introspective, cinematic, and sonically expansive, a departure from their previous work, yet still unmistakably them. It was critically acclaimed, and the band toured relentlessly to support it, playing major festivals and venues across the globe. Now, after all that success, things have been a bit quiet. The band wrapped up their tours and festival appearances in 2022, and ever since then, we haven't really heard much about what's going on. So what's going on? Are they taking a break? Has the pandemic put a halt to things? Well, the truth is, they've probably been working on something new behind the scenes. But here's the thing, Wolf Alice is known for taking their time. If you look at their history, there's usually a bit of gap between albums. Their last break before Visions of Life was 3 years long, and with the success of Blue Weekend, it's clear they didn't want to rush into anything. However, during this downtime, something big happened that has everyone talking. Wolf Alice left their label, Dirty Hit, and signed with Columbia Records, part of the Sony Music family. This isn't just any small move, it's massive. So, why did Wolf Alice leave Dirty Hit after so many years? For context, Dirty Hit was the label that signed them early in their career. It's the label behind bands like 1975. Dirty Hit was obviously important to their rise after all. Blue Weekend was released under their banner and was their third album in total with them. So what's happened? Well, the truth is, the timing couldn't be more interesting according to The Independent. Wolf Alice's new deal with Columbia Records was quite a move, but a major one nonetheless. And it's all happening after some major shake-ups behind the scenes at Dirty Hit. Most notably, Matt Healey, frontman of the 1975 and co-founder of Dirty Hit, stepped down as a director of Dirty Hit Limited in 2022. If you've been following the news, you might have heard about the controversies surrounding Matty Healey, especially the derogatory comments he made during a podcast in which he made inflammatory remarks about women and Asian people. These comments caused a lot of backlash, not just among fans, but within the music industry. Although Wolf Alice hasn't publicly commented whether this played a role in their departure, it does raise some interesting questions. It's possible that the band felt it was time for a change, and with their third album deal fulfilled, they were in a position to explore new opportunities. It also seems like this move to Columbia could provide them with more creative freedom, especially as they head into their next chapter of their career. So what does all this mean for Wolf Alice moving forward? Let's break it down. First off, signing with Columbia Records, which is under Sony Music, is a huge deal. We're talking about a major label with the resources to take Wolf Alice's music to the next level, globally. Columbia represents artists like Beyoncé, Harry Styles, Bob Dylan, big names that have a huge global reach. With this partnership, Wolf Alice is now positioned to take their music to audiences around the world, and that could be huge for them. But here's the interesting part. Wolf Alice has always been an indie band at heart. They've always maintained their integrity and authenticity. So how will they balance that with the power of a major label? What's going to change and what's going to stay the same? One thing that's for sure is that this move could provide them with more freedom, not less. Columbia Records, unlike some major labels, has a reputation for nurturing artists' creative visions. This could mean that Wolf Alice will have more resources to experiment, push boundaries, and take risks with their sound. Something they've done with every album so far. Now let's talk about the $1 million question. What is next for Wolf Alice? We don't have a definitive answer yet, but there are a few things we can reasonably speculate about. First of all, new music. It's almost certainly on the way. The band has always taken their time between records, and now that they're with a new label, it's likely that they're working on something fresh. In interviews, Healey has said that she's always writing, and Joff is constantly experimenting with sounds. So even though we haven't heard much from them in terms of singles or albums, they're always creating. Maybe they're just waiting for the perfect moment to drop something. But it's always worth noting that being signed to Columbia could give them more room to experiment with the sound. Think even bigger, more cinematic tracks, or maybe a whole new direction. Whatever it is, we're definitely going to hear something that surprises us. And hopefully very soon. One other thing that fans are eagerly anticipating is touring. Wolf Alice is known for their killer live performances, their energy on stage, it's electric, and it's one of the reasons they built such a loyal fan base. Now that they've signed with Columbia, it's likely we'll see them perform more, maybe internationally, especially in places they haven't played before. They've already done major festivals like Glastonbury, Reading and Leeds, but this move could mean bigger headlining tours in the US, Europe, and beyond. If they do go on tour, we can probably expect some incredible shows with a bigger stage production, and who knows, maybe even some surprises. So in conclusion, Wolf Alice is at a really exciting point in their career. The band has made a bold move leaving Dirty Hit after years of success and joining a major label with the resources to help them grow even bigger. The future looks incredibly bright, and I think we're all going to be watching closely to see what happens next. But what do you think? Have you heard any gossip or anything that we're all missing? Do you think their move to Columbia Records is the right choice? Are you excited about what might be coming next from the band? Or do you just think they'll lose that indie spirit we all love? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this deep dive into Wolf Alice, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, I'll catch you later.